6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has inaugurated restoration of Kachi Canal sections affected by the floods in 2022 at Tonsa Barrage. The Army Chief has reiterated Pakistan Army's firm resolve to dismantle hostile terrorist networks. The Planning Minister has directed to develop comprehensive strategy to ensure timely completion of all the ongoing public sector development projects. Security forces have killed 7 terrorists during operations in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has strongly condemned torture of civilians in Kishtwar district of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The United Nations Refugee Agency has launched $10 billion appeal to implement solutions for displaced and stateless people. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has inaugurated the restoration of Kachi Canal sections affected by the floods in 2022. During his visit to Tonsa Barrage today, he also reviewed the rehabilitation work. Kachi Canal irrigates over 700,000 acres of land in Balochistan with water from River Indus. Chief Ministers of the Punjab and Balochistan were also present on the occasion. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif says Pakistan's IT exports can exceed $25 billion by providing training and education to the workforce. Chairing a review meeting regarding reforms in the IT sector in Islamabad, he said there is a demand for Pakistani IT experts in the Gulf countries and proposals related to this should be implemented soon. The Prime Minister directed to set clear targets for increasing IT exports and to establish specific timeframes for each action. The Army Chief General Syed Asim Munir has reiterated Pakistan Army's firm resolve to dismantle hostile terrorist networks. He expressed the resolve during his visit to Peshawar today as a follow-up to the National Apex Committee meeting held on Tuesday last and a prelude to the Provincial Apex Committee meeting to be held soon, highlighting the collective determination of the nation and its security forces to combat terrorism. The Army Chief stressed that thwarting the nefarious designs of the inimical elements remains a top priority. Paying profound tribute to the Shuhada and Ghazis, General Syed Asim Munir emphasized the unparalleled sacrifices being rendered for the defense of the motherland. The Minister for Planning and Development, Ahsan Iqbal, has directed to develop a comprehensive strategy to ensure timely completion of all the ongoing public sector development projects. Chairing a meeting to assess the progress of public sector development programs projects in Islamabad, he emphasized that PSDP projects not only have importance for national development and essential for public welfare. The minister said the government is committed to prioritizing development initiatives in Balochistan that are being completed at a cost of 320 billion rupees. Federal ministers have regretted the statement made by the spouse of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf founder regarding Saudi Arabia. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, the Defence Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif said the statement was given to salvage the politics of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. He said it also amounts to the contempt of religion and reflects their religious and political bankruptcy. Meanwhile, in a press release, Federal Minister for Kashmir Affairs, Engineer Amir Maqam, said the spouse of PTI founder made false allegations against Pakistan's friends, which was an old tactic of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. He said the spouse of PTI founder conspired to make Pakistanis unemployed abroad. The Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi has categorically stated that nobody will be allowed to stage a sit-in or gathering in the federal capital according to Islamabad High Court's orders. Talking to the media in the federal capital today, he said the Islamabad High Court, in its orders, has very clearly stated that there is no permission to hold a gathering, rally, march, or a sit-in. Responding to a question, the Interior Minister said no application seeking permission for the protest demonstration on Sunday has so far been received. He said action will be taken against the violators of the law in Section 144. This is Radio Pakistan. Security forces have killed 7 terrorists during 4 operations in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. According to ISPR, an intelligence-based operation was conducted in Avaran district on reported presence of terrorists. After an intense exchange of fire, 2 terrorists were successfully neutralized. Both the high-value targets were identified as Niaz alias Ghumman and Zarif alias Shah Jahan. In an operation in Dera Bukti district, troops effectively neutralized 1 terrorist. In yet another engagement in Kach district, the troops, while conducting an intelligence-based operation, killed another terrorist in Kach district. Meanwhile, 3 Khawarij were killed and 2 others got injured during an intelligence-based operation by the security forces in Bannu district. Weapons, ammunition and explosives were also recovered from them, who remained actively involved in numerous terrorist activities against security forces and target killing of innocent civilians. President Asif Ali Zardari and Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif have commended the security forces for the successful operations against the terrorists in different areas of Balochistan. In a statement, the President said terrorists will not be allowed to disturb the law and order situation of Balochistan and create obstacles in the way of development. He said the hostile elements will not be allowed to succeed in the sordid designs. The Prime Minister said the nation is proud of its security forces. Shahbaz Sharif reaffirmed the government's commitment to wipe out the menace of terrorism. The Punjab government has imposed Section 144 in the province from tomorrow to Monday to maintain law and order. The spokesperson for the Punjab Home Department said all political gatherings, protests, sit-ins and similar activities are strictly prohibited under this order. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has strongly condemned the torture of civilians in Kishtwar district of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Addressing the Friday congregation at the historic Jamia Masjid in Srinagar, senior APHC leader Mirwais Omar Farooq also expressed deep concern over severe torture marks on the victims' bodies and highlighted the ongoing human rights violations in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He lamented the fact that the perpetrators of these heinous crimes are rarely brought to justice. Meanwhile, personnel from India's infamous National Investigation Agency, along with paramilitary forces and the police, continued hostile searches and house raids across Srinagar, Ganderbal, Kupwara, Baramulla, Pulwama, Islamabad, Anantnag, Rambhan, Kishtwar, Doda, Udhampur and Katwa districts. Many Kashmiris have been arrested during these operations. The United Nations Refugee Agency has launched a $10 billion appeal for 2025 to implement sustainable solutions for millions of refugees, displaced persons, and stateless people worldwide. The High Commissioner Filippo Grandi, in a statement, said the appeal aims to support more than 139 million refugees and other vulnerable groups in some 136 countries and territories. In Afghanistan, 11 people have been killed by unidentified gunmen in Baghlan province. According to local media, the incident occurred when worshippers gathered at a shrine in Shehr-e-Kona area of the province. And finally, the weather report. Cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, cloudy weather with rain, wind and thunderstorm, light snowfall over the mountains is expected at isolated places in Gilgit-Baltistan, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad, Pothohar region and Kashmir. Smog and fog in patches is likely to prevail in the plain areas of the Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning and night hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.bk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.